dish. Today I am doing my December favorites and fails for you, and if you've watched my channel for a while, you may notice that I have not been doing monthly favorites videos because when I first started my channel back in July, I felt like, oh my gosh, it's just too fast to have a whole new batch of favorites every month. And then I very quickly saw that that was not going to be the case, and I think I just started trying more products and using a wider variety of products, and I'm like, yeah, I need to do these monthly favorites again. So this is what I have been using and reaching for constantly in the month of December, whether I've owned it and used it for a long time or if I just recently got it. And coming soon, I'm going to do a favorites of the entire year for 2013, which will be my ultimate favorites that I think have just been above and beyond right now for the year. So right before we get into it, I just want to remind you that you can still enter to win this Lorac Pro Palette set. It's the set with the primer and an eyeliner. The giveaway is open until December 31st, and I will link right here to the giveaway video, and there's all the information's in the down bar. Tells you exactly what to do, subscribe, like, comment, and then use the Rafflecopter so I can get all your info. It's easy. It's really actually easier than I just made it sound. So definitely go check that out and earn as many entries as you can. Okay, let's get into December favorites. Will start with, and I'm not picking one in like every single category. I'm just looking at all my stuff, going into my bathroom, into my makeup area, and picking the things that I know I used all the time and loved in December. So one of those is my number 7 Beautiful Skin Cleansing Balm, and this is a cream cleanser for dry and very dry skin, and I recommended this in my winter skin video, which I'll link to below. It's got tons and tons of tips and product recommendations, but I've been using this as my cleanser in the morning if I've just, whether I've worked out or whether I'm just, getting out of bed and showering, just to like remove the sort of impurities that have, come off your skin during the night, freshen yourself up. Use this and you just will not feel tight or irritated, and throughout the whole day, if I've just used this cleanser, my skin feels a lot better than if I've used something harsher, to exfoliate or something like that. So this is really good stuff, and it's cheap. It's like $8.50 at Ulta, and it's always buy one, get one 50% off. Well, not always, but frequently. Okay. Another skin thing is the Clarins toner. It's their toning lotion with chamomile. It's alcohol-free, and this is the little sample size. I got this at Sephora. It was like one of their kind of holiday, maybe Cyber Monday specials, and I got it because I was going to be traveling so much during December, and I've talked a lot about my Exubiance toner, which I still use and love, but I wanted to mention this because I used it so much, and it's even more moisturizing and soothing than the Exubiance. So if you are the absolute driest, most irritated, sensitive type of skin, this is going to be the one for you, especially in the winter. And you want a toner to be alcohol-free, by the way, because if you're dry, that will just make you drier. So always check that. Even some high-end toners could contain alcohol. Alright. Now I've got a hair product, and you may have seen this in my Sephora VIB haul, or maybe it was my birthday haul, whatever that was with the Sephora VIB sale. But I got the Living Proof Satin Hair Serum, and Living Proof is an amazing brand that makes super science-based products for your hair without silicones and oils. So it's nothing that's going to weigh your hair down or cause buildup. And like it says, this is a serum. I just put it on my ends, and it just makes your hair a little softer, a little more manageable, a little smoother. It protects it, which I'm going on like 6 months without a haircut, and I mentioned in my last video that I'm going to do a bit of a chop very soon. But this is great. If you have frizzy hair or dry hair and you just want something really lightweight, this is a really nice product. Okay, now getting into makeup. I have a few very fun items, at least I think so. Okay. First of all, an eye primer, and I've talked about how dry my eyelids are, on and on, and how primers can sometimes make them even drier and like crepey and lizardy, and it's not cool. And so I started using the little Lorac sample that comes with the Pro palette, and I forgot how great this stuff is. I really, really like it. It doesn't dry my lids out at all, and you can easily lay down color. It makes the color really vivid. It's easy to blend your eyeshadow on top of this primer, and it works as a primer. That shadow will last without creasing, at least for me, all day. So I just really, really have been enjoying the Lorac primer. Alright, next is my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I use the shade number 25 medium. And I did a whole video about this, which I will link to right here and in the down bar, but I have just been using this no foundation. It's just such a perfect weighted formula, or it's the perfect weight, kind of a medium, not too watery, not too thick. It blends really easily. It doesn't sink into pores or fine lines all that much. I just put it here, I put it here where I'm red, a little here, one little swipe from the brush, and I blend that, and that's pretty much all I do in terms of foundation-y type products. Then I use some powders, and you can see exactly what I do in the whole video, but this has been amazing. And when my skin is so dry in the winter, not putting foundation and primer all over it is so nice. It feels so free and comfortable. So a great concealer regardless of whether you're going to use it with foundation or not. It's amazing. Okay. The powder I have been using, and in conjunction with that, concealer routine, is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. I know, it is everywhere. You can't escape it, but if you have it, you know what I mean. Here it is. This is the shade Dim, and I use this as an all-over setting powder, but I really only put it on my nose, kind of like right at the center of my face where I'm a little bit more shiny, and it just makes you look all that much better. It's just, the powders are so nice. They're not drying. They make you look just more perfect and sort of perfectly lit. They really do what they say. Alright, the center shade is more of a highlighting shade that I usually just use my finger to put right here if I want to. I don't always do that. But I almost always use this shade, which is Radiant, and it has a bronzy glow to it, and I kind of just go here and kind of on my jawline. Sometimes I put it on my cheeks too, but phenomenal, phenomenal products. I love them. Alright. Let's see, I have two more makeup products for my favorites, and one of those is the good old BalmJovi palette. And I've said this before, when I travel, this is what I take, and sometimes, like, on my last trip, like, I tried to take a different palette, or I tried to take this and something else, and I was just like, all you really need is the BalmJovi. And you've probably seen this one too. That's it though. It has a bunch of eyeshadows from neutrals to really cool colors. So you can do, I mean, like, almost like infinity looks with this, right? I mean, not really, but sort of. So then you've also got your highlighter, you've got a matte blush, and you've got cream blushes, and I can just pretty much do everything with this. If I want to do a makeup look, like I'll take this and I'll take my Color Tattoo Bad to the Bronze, and if I'm not using that, then I can do a look with this. So if you're traveling, it's great, and it's great, just period. It's a great palette. My last favorite for December is a lipstick, and it's the YSL Rouge Pure Couture in shade number 9, which I believe is called Rose Stiletto. I know, why didn't I look this up before, but I always forget, because you think the name's going to be right there, but on YSL it's not. I rest my case, but anyway, this is a beautiful pink. I'm wearing it on my lips right now, and let me see, I feel like it's fading. Put a little more on. But it's not a nude or a natural pink. Like, you get a really nice hit of color from it. Like, no one's going to think you're not wearing some serious lipstick, but at the same time, it just kind of, it goes with your whole look. It doesn't just stand out like you're just doing a strong lip and that's it. You can do, something kind of more dramatic on your eye and still wear this, or you can kind of just make this the centerpiece of your look. I mean, okay, all that stuff sounds ridiculous. I just love the color. I think this is a color that will suit a lot of skin tones. I actually saw Michelle from Makeup MLC talk about this in a recent video. It's one of her absolute favorites, or a recent favorite, and her coloring complexion is completely different from mine, and the way she said it was that when she wore it, people always complimented her, and it's just a shade that makes you just look prettier and happier, and I love it. I've been wearing it constantly. Okay, now for the fun of the fails, and these are not necessarily bad products, although one of them is, but they are ones that just kind of failed for me and for my needs and for my preferences, and they work for a lot of other people, and especially I think two of them are kind of going to be controversial, but they are ones that didn't work for me, and I think you should hear about it. So, the first one is and this is something that so many people like, and I don't think it's a bad product, but because it was so hyped up and it looked like it should be so great, I was extremely disappointed. It's the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and for me, it didn't do anything that other nice mascaras have done for my lashes in terms of volume and length. And let's see, the bristles, there's lots of bristles, they're very close together, so you would think it would be great for volume, but it was just like, I used it, I don't know, maybe like 10 times, and like one of those times I got a really nice look out of it, but it was so inconsistent, and that kind of drove me crazy too. Like sometimes it would just be lousy. It'd be like kind of like a straight row of uniform little lashes instead of like fluttery and lengthened and pretty, which is what I'm going for, right? So just disappointing to me, and then I felt like even the feel of the formula was inconsistent. It's on the drier side, but it can get a little thick and clumpy and hard to spread, kind of hard to paint your lashes with. Alright, the next thing that is a good product, and a product that works but didn't work for me because I have such dry skin, is the Nars Eyeshadow Primer. And this came in a little Sephora sample kit that I recently got with an order. It's a sample size, and I was thrilled to try this because I've heard great things about it, and Nars generally does really well with these types of products. So it's on a little doe foot, you know, it's a white primer, but it kind of goes on more clear over your skin. It doesn't give you much of a white cast, maybe a little bit. But what I didn't like about it was that it made my eyes feel just like sandpaper instantly. It's a very dry base. And like throughout the day I was uncomfortable as I wore it. So for me it was just too dry. I think this would be awesome for people with oily oily eyelids, and for people who get a lot of creasing. You're gonna love this, and that's who it's for, and I totally get that. But if you're dry or if you're crepey, it's not gonna work for you. And I also found it kind of hard to blend on. It didn't, like, the way the Lorac Primer works, you can blend your shadows so well, and I didn't have a very good experience blending on this. Alright, one more product, and this one I can say with no reservations is a very scary product because it caused such a reaction in my skin when I put it on. Okay, first of all, it is the Sephora Glitter Eyeliner. Okay, this was on clearance, and I got it a few months back, but I bought it because I was like, oh, I can do like awesome holiday looks with this. You know, I like to do a midnight blue eye, which I did a video on that. And when I was practicing for that look, I went to use this blue glitter liner, and it's got this nice fine tip, and you know, sometimes these things are hard to put on your eyes, but this applied beautifully. I was like, you know, I put it on and I'm like, oh, this is awesome, this is perfect. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, like my skin, it did not get into my eyeball, my skin of my eyelid started to burn so intensely. I grabbed tissue and like wiped it all off and like messed up my whole eye look because it hurt like hell. I don't know what they put in here, but it hurt my skin so much, and it's total fail. It probably will not cause a reaction in everyone. I mean, I do have sensitive skin and especially sensitive eyes, but this was so intense and so immediate that, and at least it happened fast, so it wasn't even dry yet. I could wipe it off, you know. It would have been a lot worse if it happened like in the middle of the day and I had to like just wash my whole face. So that was a bad experience, and those are my fails for December. Okay guys, that's it for my December favorites and fails. I hope I didn't hammer on too long, but I absolutely love talking about this stuff, and helping you figure out what you might want to try or avoid, and it's just tons of fun. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you are looking forward to a fun New Year's, and have a wonderful day.